Okay, everybody, listen. Don't say that I don't listen to you guys. Listen, I read the comments. Everybody saw this, how to season, your cast iron, right? Which I say thank you guys for those of you guys who watched it. You know what I mean? At least to teach you, what you got to do to season them. Sometimes we have them down in our cabinets. They put away somewhere and they get a little rusty, all of that, right? So I show you how to strip it down, season them. So when I read the comments, a lot of you guys asked me, can I show you how to clean it after we cook with it? So that's what this video is about. Listen, it's after you cook, then we clean, and then we put it away. Let's get it. What I'm gonna do is, I got a steak right here, a nice ribeye that I am gonna eat. What you guys don't know is, I love beef and all of that, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut this in half. This will feed 2 of us, right? So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get this going. Now I want you guys to pay attention right here. Look right here into my cast iron. I've already made one. I had some little small filet mignons. I just put them on top of there. This is what this looked like now. I want it to be a little bit more, have a little bit more fine in there. So I'm gonna put this one off to the side. We come back here, you see this ribeye, but this is what I really want you to see. Look at that right there. This one right here, well seasoned. This is like truly my favorite, you know what I mean? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this inside of here so I can show you guys what it looks like, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to clean it. All right, so listen, this is what I'm talking about. I just took some of these comments right here that you guys can see on the screen. It's just showing you that I do read the comments and I do try to get an answer, so I highlight it. So I highly encourage you guys, if you want to stay immortal, and when I mean immortal, this stays up on YouTube, and as long as it exists, your video and your name and everything like that, it exists also. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do here. Now look, I went ahead and got my cast iron, I got it right here. Look, this is so simple, me talking about it and all that. I'm just gonna show you some extreme cases, right? This right here, I have a scraper. I use this on my flat tops every now and then when I need to. Or if you guys got one of these spatulas, even your pancake spatula, if you have a square edge and it's not round like this, if it's square, you can use that. If whatever you cooked in here has scraped, stuck to it, and I'll give you an example. I'll just take this like this, and I'll just push this over here like that. Remember, I told you I went ahead and made a steak in here. Because this is, been already seasoned, it's got a nice little light coat, a non-stick, we did with that Crisco, right? I just moved that over there like that. Now I'm gonna set this over here. You guys pay attention. I'm gonna get myself a napkin, right? A paper towel, right? I just take it and I just sweep all of this over this way. Now, I take this and I try to soak as much of this up as possible. You might have to do this a couple of times. We get another one. You can see all of the seasoning and everything. Look, it's all over there, but we just wipe it out. Notice I didn't use nothing. It's already abrasive enough with the salt and the seasoning that I used when I was making it. Now, if it's a little bit on the warm side, if you season yours just right, it should clean like this. So when everybody was asking me that question, I was like, I wonder what they was doing. And I do know what you guys are doing. If you have something sticking, that's because you guys got way too much heat underneath the bottom. And then occasionally some things will stick. I'm gonna say this one more time. This cast iron skillet is the original non-stick pan. All right, now, I don't know if you guys can see that. I can see a little bit of seasoning, right here. You remember this, you guys? We had that chain maul. I think it's called chain mail. I was told it's pronounced maul. You got it. You remember what the knights used to wear to protect themselves with them swords? You want to get yourself one of these. Now, we used this in the first video. That showed us, how to scrape everything down, work these sides and all of that, right? So I just get that. Notice I ain't putting no soap and water on here. And let me answer that question for you. When I scrape this across here, no, it doesn't mess up my seasoning, and all my layers, right? So I just take this like this, just like this. And I just run this around here, run it on the edges, all right? And there you have it, folks. That part is done. Now, I'm gonna come back to this Crisco. You guys should be familiar with this because this is what we season it with in the very beginning, right? So now, I'm gonna take a little bit of this Crisco and take it like this. And this is what I do after I get through with each one of them. I run this around here like this. Just get a little bit more. Lightly grease it. Then I like to take another part of it, and it's almost like we're trying to wipe it out. And this right here, I preserve this. If you have one, if it wasn't given to you, what you're doing is you're setting up to give it to somebody in your family, and it's becoming an heirloom. Because when it's taken care of and done properly, you'll have this for 200 years. But you see that right there? That's what you want to have. And then here, it's ready to start cooking again. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do, folks. I went ahead and put some chicken in here just to get this a little bit more fine on here. Season both sides. I'm getting ready to make something myself. You know what I mean? So what I did was I browned my chicken, right? So you guys can see it. We got it here, and I'll just stage it over here because I want to capture all of my juices, right? Now I did all of this just so that I can get that on the bottom, right? Now I'm gonna set this to the side so I can show you what we're gonna do. Because sometimes when you have one of these cast iron skillets, and until you perfect the way you know your heat, you're gonna have some things that do stick. I'm gonna show you how I fix that too without having to re-season everything. Now again, this is gonna be the second way in case something does stick on the bottom, right? This is still a little bit hot. It is best practices for you to clean your cast iron while it have a little heat in there, right? Let me see. It's just a little bit on the warm side, you know, for my chef fingers. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my pot holders, right? So I'm gonna take this and we want to just pour out our grease because we don't want to put no grease down the drain. Right, so we do that. Now I'm gonna take this. I just want to show you guys, right? You see that right there? I'm gonna show you how we do this. So simple, and we're not even gonna have to re-season. Come on. Okay, so this is what we do. I just brought it over here, right? Just to set it down. I want you guys to look. Now, once it's seasoned right, I know you hear a lot of things out there. I'm gonna just tell you what works best for myself. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you this. When it's seasoned right and you have everything, it's okay to add some water to it, right? So I'll add this little bit of water to it. Like this, right? I take it, move this around. Whatever's loose comes up to the top anyway. You guys can see a little bit stuck down there on the bottom, right? Now, what about that right there? Watch this, folks. It's gonna be so easy. Now, that same chain mail, chain maul, you guys let me know what the correct pronunciation is for that. But I'm gonna take this. I suggest you guys get one of these. I will put a link in there. Get one. See how much easier this is to have this in your hand to scrub. This works too, but you got to get in there with your fingers, right? This right here does it. And don't forget, we still a little warm. I'm just going to take this and run this over here like that. That picks all of that up. Now, if you want to know, you see how like the little oil or whatever? Look at that right there. See how it like just beads and just runs that way? That's because it's seasoned on the bottom also. All right, so I'll just run it this way. Then I'll take my finger to see, ain't nothing stuck down there. But I'll just go ahead and run it over here one last time, right? Now, this is when I come with my paper towels, right? It's all you need, folks. Is this right here, and look at how this just wipes up. Get in here. Now, this is my favorite. I know this one is right? Look at that. Smells incredible too. But you see that there? Look at that. Now I got one more thing for you. I'm gonna have to show this part too, because this is where the real pro tip come in at right here. Right, so I'm putting water in here. I'm not worried about nothing, because as you see, as I pull it like this, see how it just runs down there? Nothing is actually touching the cast iron, right? Because we got that coating. But I just want to show you, we'll just get it all over like this, right? Now that I have it completely, you know, we dumped it, right? I'm gonna go ahead and grab myself another paper towel and I'm gonna wipe it. Now, it depends on how far and how much scrubbing you had to do or your technique and all of that, right? But one of the things I like to make sure of, because it is cast iron, what I wanna do is I wanna put this on the oven. Come on. On my stove. I stick it right here and I like to be sure, right? So I turn this on, I turn it on high, I put it like this, and then I let it get a little heat, just to make sure that all of my water has evaporated. All right, and then once you're done putting a little heat on there and making sure that I can feel it, it's radiating a little bit of heat. I can tell you that there's no water and there's no moisture in here at all. Now, again, we come with that Crisco. So once you buy Crisco, if you're using it just to season, you should have this for a minute, right? You can use a napkin, which I'm gonna use right now just to show you, but I like to use lint-free. Tiles, so look at this right here. Remember, I got to go back to talking about that heirloom. This is when you give something and you leave it to one of your family members, one of your younger family members. Every family has somebody who took to the kitchen, and whoever that is, and you want to leave something with them, or you want to buy one and start them off with it, they could say, look, Uncle AB, Auntie Susie, whoever that is, started them off. right? And then we just hand it down. And that right there, folks, is how you maintain your cast iron. I'm gonna go ahead and pat myself on the back, and I'm finna get out of here, folks. Okay, so look, you can see both of these is clean. Now you guys know, you know what I mean, they super easy to just, you know, keep them up. You know what I mean, once we season them right. Now, I got another little pro tip for you. You know, if you can think, or every time you look at your cast iron, you're not doing nothing, you know, it's the weekend or whatever, go ahead and add a layer or two on top of that. You know what I mean? I like to do it like twice a day. Eventually, over time, and as we cook, it builds up a layer, right? So it'll be like this, like this, like this, like this, and they thin layers, right? For you know it, it'll be so smooth, you won't feel the texture at the bottom. And guess what, folks? It truly becomes non-stick. Now, with that being said, I hope I answered everybody's question. I showed you guys. Talk to me down in the comment section below. And you know how I leave all of these videos. I'm gonna leave this one going that way because I'm gonna take these, put them up, and I'm out. Peace.